Hello, let's get started simplifying square roots. So let's simplify each radical, show all your work, indicate your final answer. Alright, so first couple we just have to do some basic simplifying. So I have my calculator. I'm not using any of the calculator functions to help me, but I'm first trying to figure out what number can go into 132. Preferably a perfect square would be nice. So I'm not sure. I'm going to try 16, see if that works. Try 9, see if that works. And so far none of those worked, but I do see that 4 goes in 33 times, and this breaks down to 3 and 11. 3 and 11 doesn't go anywhere, but 4 is a perfect square, so we can go ahead and take a 2 out, and this doesn't go anywhere, so we're left with 2 rad 33 as our answer for that one. 175, I'm pretty confident that we're going to get 25 to go in there, so I'll get 25 and 7. 7 doesn't go anywhere, but 25 is a perfect square, so we're going to be able to take the 5 out, and I'll be left over with the 7. Okay. Number 3, radicals, when you multiply each other and they're the exact same, you actually get that number, because you basically get rad 400, but that's just 20 times 20, so the answer for number 3 is just 20. Rad 2 times rad 40, we're going to multiply, we get rad 80, and then we have to break that down. Again, I want to see if I can get the biggest square, perfect square roots to go into it, and I think 16 does go into it 5 times. 16 is a perfect square of 4, and we're left over with rad 5. 24 times 15 is 360 square root, and we're going to go ahead and break that down. Again, I like to try bigger ones. So the 16 go in? No. Let's see. 25 won't go in. Let's see if 9 goes in 40 times. Okay, that's not bad. And then this is going to be let's see, 4 will go in 10 times. Let's go ahead and start with that, 4 and 10. So here I'm going to be able to pull out a 3 from the 9. I'm going to be able to pull out a 2 from the 4. Now 10 breaks down to the 2 and 5, so nothing happens, so I go back to the 10. And so this is going to be 6, sorry, rad 10. I probably could have just done 36, that would have been smart, times 10. Would have made my life a lot easier, but sometimes we don't do things that are always the easiest. So multiply these, we get 750. Let's see, 25 will definitely go into this, but I don't know if you can get a bigger number to go into it. That's a perfect square. Let's see here. I don't know. We'll start with that. So it's 25. I found out it goes in 30 times. So that's going to bring a 5 out for me. And then 30, if we break that down, we could do 3 and 10, and that's 2 and 5. So actually nothing does break down, so it's just rad 30. We can't break it down any further than that. Okay? Alright, these next ones, when we're dividing, we can just take them as individuals. So this is going to be the square root of 100 is 10, and the square root of 625 is 25. And then we can go ahead and reduce it. 5 goes into both of these, so 2 over 5. On this one, we can take the square root of them separately, so we get square root of 5 doesn't do anything, but the square root of 36 becomes 6. I can actually leave the answer like this because I can have a whole number in the denominator. I can't have a radical. I'm allowed to have a radical in the numerator, that is okay. There's nothing else I can do really to simplify. Up here we get 225, which I believe is the square root, gives us 15 on top, but 24 doesn't really do anything for us. We could try and break it down first if we like. Let's try that. Let's see, 2 times 12, that's going to be 2 times 6, so I get to take the 2's out. This is going to be 2 and 3, so that doesn't come out. So I get 2 rad 6. Now, again, I have a radical in the denominator, so I don't like that. So I'm going to have to go ahead and multiply rad 6 over rad 6. And that's going to go ahead and cancel. So we're going to get 15 rad 6 over, and this is going to be 6 times 2, which is 12. So we get 15 rad 6. And what goes into 15 and 12 should be 3. So we're going to divide top and bottom by 3. And that's going to give us 15 divided by 3 is 5 rad 6. And that's going to be 4. So we should get 5 over 4. 5 over 4 rad 6 as our final answer. And that seems to be accurate. Yeah, some of our calculators will do some of this stuff, but it's kind of fun to try it yourself. See if you can do it on your own. All right, here I see 128 and 98. Neither one of these are perfect squares. So I'm going to see if I can reduce these fractions. I probably can. I'm not sure what numbers go into them. So I'm just going to kind of go really slow here. I'm going to divide by 2 and see what happens. So 128 divided by 2, I know they're even numbers, I get 64, which is convenient. 98 divided by 2 gives me 49, which is really convenient. So these are both perfect squares. Again, you can reduce the fraction once you have them both inside. And here we just take the square root. That's going to be 8 over 7. And you can't simplify that, no mo. All right, square root 80. Now the benefit is we already did square root of 80 up here, so I already know it's 4 rad 5. So I'm going to go ahead and just write that down already. But we can't have a rad 5 in the denominator, so I'm just going to multiply by rad 5 over rad 5. And that's going to leave me with 6 rad 5 over, well, 5, rad 5 times rad 5 is 5, and 5 times 4 becomes 20. And then I know 2 will go into both of these, so I can divide top and bottom by 2, and I will get 3 rad 5, and this will be 10. And we can't go any further than that. And hopefully you believe me. All right, 12, we have rad 12. We can go ahead and just straight multiply, but I'm going to try breaking it down first. 4 and 3, 4 is a perfect square, so it's going to be 2 rad 3 over 7. Again, can't have a radical in the denominator, so we're going to multiply by rad 3 over 3. That will rationalize it. This becomes 3 times 2, which is 6 on the bottom, and 7 rad 3, and that's not going anywhere. Okay? Alright, I would say right now any questions, but you're in a video, so that's not really going to work. Alright, now 18 is not a perfect square, 75 is not a perfect square, but let's see if we can reduce these at all to numbers that might work better. I could rewrite this as a square root of 18 over 75. Looking at it, I'm thinking 3 will go into each one of these. So I'm going to divide top and bottom by 3. It's going to give me 6 on top and 25 on bottom, but we're still being square rooted. The square root of 6 does not break down, so I just leave square root of 6, but 25 does break down into 5. And we should be good right there. Okay. And then this one right here is really fascinating. Can't do anything at the top, can't do anything at the bottom. And 2 and 49, they're not going to reduce. So this is convenient. It's 7. So we just have to do that, and we're done. You have nothing literally to do on that one. Here we have 27 and 3. Those reduce. Literally, 3 goes into 27 9 times. The square root of 9 is 3, so we get 2 times 3, which gives us 6 as our final answer. Alright, that is simplifying square roots. I hope you enjoyed. I'll check that.